Hey guys, so it's been a minute since I've done anything other than a nail video, but today I'm going to do a get ready with me. I thought we would switch it up, and I know some of you are getting tired of the nail videos, so here's my face. So I'm just going to do my makeup and just chit chat with you guys. I actually have like a little list of stuff that I want to talk about because you guys know that I don't like to do this unless I actually have stuff to talk about because I don't like to be boring. Alright, so I'll try to put little things on the screen of what I'm using because I'm not going to talk about it too much. I'm going to be using a bunch of this new Colourpop stuff, these pressed shadows, like the brushes, liners. I love this collection. I honestly don't have time for things that aren't colorful anymore. Like, if it's not colorful, I don't want it. Look at how pretty. Okay, anyway, where do I begin? I haven't done one of these in so long. I'm like low-key nervous and I don't know why. So lately I have been doing a lot more stuff with my house. I have lived here for like 8 months now. Can you believe it? Time has been going by so quickly. But I have just been doing some updating. You guys know that I did like the kitchen and my master bathroom. I just did the countertops and the backsplash and stuff. I'm not doing any more like major, that wasn't even major renovation. But I went back through and I repainted all of the trim in my house white. I had originally done the trim in my house all dark gray. And I did like it. I like it in theory, probably for other houses, but not for this house. My problem with it in this house is pretty old, and I just felt like the dark gray on the trim was making the house seem older and like more dirty and not as clean, I guess, even though I clean so much. It might be a surprise, I don't know. I find cleaning sort of therapeutic. There's nothing I keep cleaner than my kitchen, honestly. I spent good money fixing this kitchen up, so I really do take care of it. I really do. Anyway, so I want it to look nice, and I just felt like the dark gray wasn't doing that. And nowadays, I'm sort of thinking that this isn't going to be a super long-term house like I had originally thought. You guys know that I had not seen this house like physically when I bought it because we lived in Portland, and because the market is pretty hot here, we really did not have the time when something went on the market to fly down and stuff like that. Although now I do wish I would have just bit the like, I don't know, $500 or something for a plane ticket, actually come and see where this house is and stuff like that. Getting a house was supposed to make my life easier with the dogs, with taking them out, and also with quiet so I could film. Because when I lived in an apartment, you know, you have neighbors and all this kind of stuff. And when I bought this house, I did not know that this was a busy street. I live on like a main street in a neighborhood, and I did not know that. And because this house is pretty old, you can hear everything. If the dog across the street is barking, I can hear it almost in my living room. A dog way on the other street behind me is barking, I can hear it. Obviously, I got a little ahead of myself with my vanity room, with how big it is. That room is ginormous. You know, honestly, you really have to learn with that kind of stuff. I did not think about the echo and stuff like that when we got the house. I just thought, oh, it's like a huge room, right? I can do so much with it and I can fill it and da-da. And you guys know that I have like an echo problem in like all of my videos because I have I have laminate all throughout my house. It's same laminate through the entire thing. And that one room is huge. It was the garage, but it was renovated into just like this giant room. And that's what my vanity room is. And I had hoped to be able to do all these things with it, like have a station where I do my nails, have a station where I do my makeup and film my makeup stuff, and then have like a little photo shoot area and have like a little lounge area and all that kind of stuff. But even if I were to get all this furniture and fill it so it doesn't echo anymore, it would take a lot of furniture. Even if I were to do that, I still have the problem with the outside noise because there's cars passing by, and sometimes in my videos, I try to minimize it as much as I can. I spend a lot of time during editing trying to make the sound better. Like almost, I spend as much time on the sound trying to make it sound better as I spend almost like editing the entire video. And you can hear every single car pass by. And that is really hard when I'm trying to film, because if like a big truck or something is going by, I have to stop and then re-say what I was doing. What should take me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to film can sometimes turn into 3 or 4 hours because I'm stopping and repeating myself so many times. And then that pushes over into editing when I'm going through and editing out these like 5 or 6 takes because I just can't get a word in without something interrupting me. Like this street is really, really loud and I did not realize that. And you know, it's a lesson. Obviously, we made the choice to buy a house without seeing it. I'm not blaming that on anyone but myself. Also, this house does not have any storage. Since they converted the garage, there's no garage, and we were told there was an attic. And so I was like, okay, great, we'll put stuff in the attic. It's not an attic that you can like put things in. It's just, there's no way. We would have to like completely finish it and like redo it. So what's ended up becoming the storage room is my vanity room. So now we have basically all of our storage, anything that we don't want out, in my vanity room. So I forget kind of where I was going with this, but so I am thinking about now when we don't have this house anymore, that when people come in and look at it, they're probably not going to want dark gray trim. And I don't mind the white trim. Like I said, I wanted to change it sort of anyway because I wasn't seeming as nice as I think the white does. And I'm on like a little renovation kick anyway. So I might as well just do it like right now. So that's what I've been doing. I am also painting my kitchen cabinets and my bathroom cabinets all white as well. They are this like really, really dark brown, almost black. And this kitchen is so small that it makes it look even smaller. Obviously, it's a lot better since we changed the countertops and the backsplash, but it just seems really small as well. And I think that painting it all white will help with that for sure. I always get scared to do these types of videos and just kind of like talk about like what's going on in my life, because someone else is always going to have it harder than you. You know, someone else is always going to be in a worse situation. Someone, you know, like I feel like a lot of the time my problems are like trivial. I never want to seem like I'm like ungrateful to be living my life to you guys and stuff like that. Like just know that I really am. And I never want to make it seem like my life is hard or anything like that, because it's not. Like I would never think that if someone was telling me this, I would never think that's trivial or anything like that. But when I'm saying it, it feels like it is to me. I watched, it was Raw Beauty Christie's video, and it was a really long video about how she feels like she doesn't deserve anything and just has like really bad anxiety about everything. And I really related to that video because how she was talking was spot on how I feel. If you hadn't seen it, she basically talks about how like she feels like she doesn't deserve what she has and how she worries about literally everything, and like instead of thinking when something happens that it's going to be good or like it's excited about it, she just thinks about all the things that can go wrong. And that is me to a T. And I really wish it wasn't. I truly do. But it is. That's something I'm trying to work on, but you know, easier said than done. I always feel like that, especially with my videos. Like I feel like every single video, honestly, I feel like every single video I put out is awful, which is I think why the house stuff is bothering me so much about like just filming it, because I feel like if I can't get the sound right, like it's awful. Like if I can't get the lighting right, it's awful. I don't know if the nails don't turn out as good as I hope them to be, or it's awful with editing. I think everything I do is absolutely awful, and I don't know how to stop thinking like that. But I'm not going to keep talking about that like too much because it's sad and I don't want to make anyone sad. I really have pretty much been doing lighter foundation lately. Aside from this whole situation, I feel like my skin's been decent enough that I really only need like a really light layer, and I feel like the lighter foundation has been looking better on me anyway. This is all me being dumb. I am someone who bites their nails, and I haven't had any nails on for a couple of days. I mean, maybe a little bit more than a couple of days. I literally end up biting my nails down until they like can't anymore. And also when I have nails, you know, real nails are sharp. Like they can hurt someone. I feel like fake nails, these are pointy and all, but real nails are like thin and sharp. And so what I end up doing instead is I end up picking at my skin here which is what all of this is, and I'm touching it constantly. And so that's partially why, even though I have some work to do on with like the house stuff still, I had to put nails on or I was gonna keep picking at it. Cause like now you can't really do that with nails, but you can like scratch at it, which is what I was doing, which is not good. If you can see how my ears are healing, they're healing up super well. They pretty much don't hurt anymore. I could have gotten them pierced almost a month ago. It would have been 3 months since I had gotten them sewn up, but they were still hurting when I was pinching on them. Like the scar still seemed really tender. And in my head, I know it probably wouldn't actually happen, but in my head, when I was picturing I could like pull apart, I was thinking the skin was gonna like pull apart. I felt like it was a possibility, but just to be on the safe side, I decided to wait a bit longer. But they don't hurt anymore and they're looking really good. So I think I'm gonna go and try to get them pierced within the next week or two. It's super exciting because I have earrings that I want to wear. So it'll be exciting. I'll do that. And then I don't know how long they have to heal, like 3 months again, then I can wear earrings. Okay, I did my brows really quick because there wasn't going to be any way that I was going to be able to do them and talk at the same time. As far as anything else that's changed, I now have a manager. I know, like, who do I think I am, honestly? But it's been really good because I was getting too stressed out dealing with brands. I finally couldn't take it anymore. When I got invited on my very first brand trip, I was super excited. It was a brand that I use. First time ever getting invited into anything like that. You guys know, like, I don't get invited to BeautyCon or IMATs or trips or literally anything, which is fine. Like, but when I did get invited, I was super excited. And I was like, yeah, totally, I want to go. It sounds great. Like, da-da-da. They were like, okay, cool. So what we are going to need you to do is basically post like 4 or 5 things on my Instagram. And I was like, whoa, like if you guys know my Instagram, like I post makeup videos and like some selfies sometimes, but I put out like 1 to 2 videos a week on there. Like getting 5 posts out of me in like 3 days is not gonna happen. I ended up agreeing to post whatever, and they sent over the contract and they had switched it up from what they said originally, because instead of Instagram they wanted like dedicated YouTube videos, and it just wasn't gonna happen. I wasn't gonna do it for a trip. After that, I was like, I can't deal with brands anymore. Like switching up contracts and stuff, that is awful. Like I never want to get stuck in a situation where I'm in like an awful contract. So I ended up posting something on Instagram and I was like, does anyone like their management? Because I need help. Like I'm at the point where like I feel like I get taken advantage of a lot because I'm not in with like the normal like beauty gurus and stuff like that. Like I don't live in LA and I don't go to all the events and whatever. So brands really just think they can like walk all over me and really talk down to me, and that was really starting to bother me. So anyway, so long story longer, I have a manager now and it's going good. I feel like my stress has gone down a lot now that I don't work with brands like directly, and I don't have to worry about like putting things in like professional terms and stuff like that, because I am not good at that. I really try my best, but I am just not good at like writing emails and stuff like that. And it's great that I can just tell her what I want or like what I'm feeling about something in, you know, regular like text casual language, and she can put it in a nice lengthy professional email for me, which is great. She's great. I've been getting a little homesick lately from New Mexico and Portland. I don't want to live there again, but I've been feeling like, oh, like I wish I could visit. I mean, like I technically could, but I don't want to disturb everyone's life, you know, because if I went and visited, I know everyone would like stop and, you know, like hang out with me and stuff like that, but I feel like everyone has their own life and I don't want to bother them because not everyone is able to make their own schedule like I can. But in Portland, I feel like I get sad thinking about it sometimes because Portland is such like an amazing city, and I really didn't take all the opportunity to like go see everything there, and that's my own fault. That was totally my own fault. But I just do wish that I had gone to like all the places that everyone always recommends, and I do miss Boxer ramen there. I have not been able to find good ramen here in Nashville, and I don't think I'm going to be able to, honestly. And I miss my friend back in Portland. Then I miss my friends and my parents back in New Mexico, because I feel like Out here, I feel like it's a little different because I don't know literally anyone really friend-wise here right now. You know, there's no one I can just be like, oh, do you want to go grab lunch with right now? Which sucks. So I feel like I spend way too much time in my house. But what's new? Isn't this what I talk about every single time? I'm boring. I'm gonna pop these babies on really quick. Pretty. I've been reusing these ones, obviously. Okay, there. Got my lashes on. Barely fly away with these things, honestly. It's been a while since I have been wearing lashes this big. Let's see. What else can I update you guys on? As far as my diet, it's not really like a diet anymore. So I've been maintaining my weight for months now. I have been like slowly like building up, I think, my metabolism. I've been eating more and more. So now I'm up to like, I don't know how many, like 1,600 calories a day. And I've been able to maintain at that, which has been cool. I'm still doing my absolute best to eat healthy though, because I feel awful when I don't eat healthy, like my body wise. I go back to remembering like that's not how you should feel. Like you shouldn't feel like sluggish. Like I don't want to feel sluggish because I'm eating like, you know, not healthy foods. So I do my best to eat healthy. That's been going good. I'm really excited for Halloween to come up, but for no particular reason. I just really like that time of year. I'm just literally gonna end up putting this over my entire face. And it'll be our first like Halloween, sort of like, you know, this time of fall sort of time in Nashville. And now we've been going out a little bit more, you know, like going to the movies and just doing some things, not staying in quite as much. So that's been good. I think today I'll probably end up going grocery shopping once my boyfriend gets home with our car. I want to put this glitter all the way up into like here, but I don't want to ruin anything. But yeah, I'm really excited for Halloween time this year. I am going to do what I did last year and try to do a ton of looks on Instagram. Have some Halloween videos planned for on here, of course. I just love that time of year. I feel like I get down the most in the summer, and then fall is like a really good time for me. All right, what am I missing? Lipstick. I recently got this, and this packaging is like velvet, but I'm kind of sad because I don't really keep the packaging usually, and I feel like it's almost a little bit of a waste. Like this is the best packaging I've ever seen, but like I would just keep this. So I feel like I would much prefer the velvet to be on this, but that's just me. I feel like I only do nude lips now, but I really like to do my eyes and everything else like a lot more than like more of a nude lip. I am going back to Ariel to get my roots done in a couple weeks, and then I'm gonna change my hair color again, probably to like a light sky blue or something, like a really light blue, and I'm gonna hopefully try to have her even out some of this mess. Then I got it done by someone else. I think it's grown out to like about like here, because that was about like a year ago, and so I want to hopefully have her like even everything up to there, because I think I can handle it at this point. I feel like I'm literally so dumb, because one of my biggest things with this video of me wanting to put out a get ready with me was I wanted to talk about, I am going to be putting up videos. I have a schedule now. Every Tuesday you can expect a video from me. I know for a really long time I never had a set schedule. I kind of just like uploaded whenever. But now I set a schedule, so you can expect a video every Tuesday, no matter what. And then you'll also get one occasionally, like later in the week on some weeks. And I've been doing Tuesdays for, I think, over a month now, so I know that I stick to that schedule. And you guys can know when to start expecting videos from me. So just know that every Tuesday you'll get a video, most likely later in the day, probably like 5 or 6. What am I, Central Time? And then some weeks I'll just also have another video to upload later in the week, probably like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If there is going to be a second one, there'll be a second one this week for sure. But wow, I can't believe like that when I sat down, that was like one of my main points, and I totally forgot until the end. So yeah, catch me here every Tuesday. And then also, if you want to, you can catch me on Instagram. I do completely separate content on Instagram for the most part. Sometimes nails are the same, but I do makeup on there mainly. On my first account anyway, and then on my second account I kind of just post whatever, and mainly a lot of the food that I'm eating on my story. So yeah, I gotta do a lot of things. I feel like I never get really good at something because I do too many different things. Does that make sense? Like, I like to do my hair, makeup, nails. I really like to cook, and then I like to do my like little home renovation projects. I like to do like clothes, and I feel like I just do so many things that I can never like get really good at something. Does that make sense? So I hope you will stay tuned for more mediocre content, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!